Hi Gemini, welcome to the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces for September 17th, 2024. Full moons close out cycles, and they're usually pertinent for about 2 weeks to a month. However, it is a lunar eclipse, and so that can be 6 months to a year, but because of this particular lunar eclipse, it can show you the indication and direction of the next 2.5 years. So definitely pay attention and maybe even hold on to this reading and refer back to it. The direction that this reading is going in is number 7, energy, which is joyous fun. However, it did come up reversed for you. So I'm just going to take some excerpts out of the book to explain it, although I think it's pretty self-evident here. It does signal potentially a joyless time for you. Something is certainly weighing you down. It's time to bring some happiness back into your life. You may just be in a negative rut, or there may be difficult situations that you've been stuck in for some time. If you can't seem to see the light at the end of the tunnel, you need to remember that the light is your spirit. The light of your spirit is always within. If you work on a goal, or if your work on a goal has turned into a miserable task, you must reevaluate things. If you can't bring joy into the process, it may be necessary to choose a different goal. No matter what you're dealing with, you don't have to spend your life in this unhappy state. It's time to reclaim your power of happiness now. Okay, so that's the direction that this reading is going in. Let's see what the tarot has to say. 7, the number 7 is about ethics and your ethical choices, what you do ethically. It is also faith, and faith in what is not seen but nevertheless exists. So it's the energy that you bring to situations. The first set of cards is where you find yourself at the time of the full moon, or if you are actively, consciously ending something at this time. It looks to me like, well, it could be both. I'll wait and see. The second set of cards is you and what you're thinking, what you're doing, how you're feeling. Oh yeah, there's the end. And the last set of cards is the probable outcome. Some things we are able to change, some things we are meant to experience, always for our growth, but it may not always seem like it at the time. Okay. Interesting. All right. Something's ending for you, that's for sure. So you have the grief card here, the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups is an emotional card. It's emotional instability, something that we can be grieving at this time, or simply looking at the negative side of things as opposed to what is still good and what is still standing. This can also be substance related, right? We're kind of in a deep emotional situation where we may find comfort in substance. I don't know if that's what I'm actually feeling here, but I'll give it because it's a general reading. But it is asking you to pivot. It is asking you to see what is still good in your situation and in your life, and to turn towards that. However, grief is it's part of the cycle, and so it's very necessary to go through the period of grief. But it is not healthy to stay in it too long because it can turn into depression. However, you do have this Ace of Wands. So it feels to me like you turn the situation around, and I see it here 3 times. Ace of Wands is my autumn timing card, so in the time of autumn, which is coming up very, very quickly, you may have a new beginning of some sort. And like I said, this full moon is, well, actually the lunar eclipse is an indication of what the next 2.5 years are going to be for us. It gives us a glimpse into the next 2.5 years. And for you, it can be the beginning of something, a new passion project, a new passionate beginning of some sort. When the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands arrives and we accept it, it can be the stuff that dreams are made of. It is a fire that burns within us. It's the thing that gets us up in the morning and says, yeah, this is what I'm going to do today, and I'm very excited to do it. I'm going to put my full energy and passion into it. It can be a passion with family or romance or that sort of thing, but it can also be the things that we do in our daily life, our passion projects, that sort of thing. But again, it's autumn timing cards, so it can be something that's kind of getting ready to happen in the autumn. So your cards are a little bit jumpy. So there can be some jumpiness around you. Yeah, look at that. So, yeah, that's interesting. The Two of Pentacles is asking you to, it's kind of multitasking, but it's asking you to move lightly through them, to be playful about it, not to be overly serious about it. It is a bit of a sexual card, so that can kind of go along with the passions here as well. Maybe the fire went out in a situation because of all the things that you have to keep juggling in your life, and so maybe that's turning around now. But it is asking you to be a little more playful, although it can bring some emotional ups and downs. But you have the ability to do it through this multitasking. And it can even be like taking some money from one account and putting it into another one. And that can be a little bit disheartening too. Let's say you were really saving up for something and you have to use it for something else, and it kind of just, maybe even for this new passion project, right? And so it can kind of feel a little bit like, I really didn't want to do that, but I have this new great idea and I really want to move through it. I want to work on it very hard and create something that I love. Okay. You are behaving like a Queen of Swords, which is not wrong for you, Gemini. It's air. It's an air type mentality, but it is associated with Virgo for me, which is earth. But this is detail-oriented people, detail in everything. Things have to be just so. It's a critical mind, but it can also be a critical tongue. We can create a bit of a stir on the ground, but our mind is clear. It can be cutting people and situations off that are no longer necessary, or that we don't feel belong in the situation anymore, or don't belong in our energy, or aren't doing us any good or any favor. And you do have the Death card there, so there is this feeling of ending a lot of things while beginning something new, because you have this new beginning here with the Ace of Wands, and you also have the Ten of Swords here. And 10 is always the end of a situation while simultaneously beginning something new. And so I do feel like there's this editing energy, cutting out extras, cutting out what isn't necessary, budgeting with that Two of Pentacles, that kind of energy. However, when we face our fears, that Nine of Cups indicates that we can receive a wish fulfillment. This is having what you need. So maybe it is just cutting out the excess of really what isn't necessary. Sorry, I dropped a card. This Ace of Cups keeps wanting to come out. So I'm going to bring it out here. Twice it kind of flew out. So this is a new emotional beginning. It is release again of old emotional stuff. Your cup is full, right? Here with the Five of Cups, it's full. And you need to release something in order to receive inspiration or new love or a new emotional beginning. And that's two aces for you. And that can be a wish fulfillment with that Nine of Cups. But again, it's that fullness, right? The Nine of Cups is full. I have it. He's even a bit of a chubby guy. He's a little bit overweight because he has so much. But it is also satisfaction. And then you have this overflow of emotion, but it is also new inspiration, new emotional beginning. And again, joyous fun is the main card here. So it is kind of putting things in reverse and bringing back some joy into your life, some happiness, some emotional fulfillment, and a wish that comes true. And this can come through like a decision, a judgment, epiphanies with the judgment card. This is a reawakening. It's a call to action. So we really are saying, okay, enough is enough. I'm going to do something about this now. And it's rebirth. We're reawakening to something. And like I said, we can have epiphanies. We can have this inspiration that comes in and says, wow, this is not what I want, but this is what I want. It's a general reading, so for everybody it's different. But it is most definitely a reawakening. And then that brings the end of difficult mental situations. Your perspective is really important here, and that's why I say epiphanies. Again, is it the end of a very difficult day, or is it the beginning of a new day is dawning? And we're looking for a little peace of mind here with this card. We could use a bit of R&R. We could have some. We need a little bit of joyous fun in our life right now, especially with that 7 energy card. And because we're tired, we're exhausted, stick a fork in me, I'm done kind of energy. We may have backaches, we may have neck pains, we have migraines. We can just be physically done and mentally done. And so we kind of retreat with the Hermit card. We can take what we've learned and digest the information and turn that knowledge into wisdom. And not only can we help ourselves, but we can help other people with that as well. I do feel like you could use a bit of a time to get away. And I understand that I think it's going to be like this in the next 2.5 years. You're going to work really hard, and then you're going to take a break. You're going to work really hard, and then you're going to take a break. Maybe you work so hard to the point of exhaustion, and then you're like, okay, that's enough. I need to bring some fun into my life. So find out what's happening at this time as a direction of what the next 2.5 years is going to happen. But I do feel like there's this call to action. That Judgment card really calls out to me here. And that there is something that you want to do that is kind of giving you new life. And you may seek out the right people, the right situations in order to do that. What does Spirit want you to know? Blessings. Count your blessings and the good in your life will multiply. That's that card, right? That's that card. It's the 9 of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Until then, take very good care. Bye for now.